It's been ages on YouTube. It's been ages. This is my second video, and it's more than a year since I posted my first video here on YouTube. And I missed you guys. I missed everyone, and I hope your life has been going well because mine has been doing pretty well. And I'm here. I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to give information about myself. I'm here to restart YouTube. So if you see me for the first time, or if you've seen my video before, just stick around and let's catch up. Hope you guys are doing well. By the way, this is Venus V, and I am a product marketer, digital marketer, content marketer, and also an executive assistant. So if you want to learn more or want to know more about my life in this field, you might want to subscribe. But for today, I'll be talking about myself, and I have some questions here. And this video is sponsored by your Jackpot Buddy, so you guys check them out. Jackpot Buddy for pushing me back to YouTube and sponsoring this video. Let's start with the first one. So the first question is this: what are three favorite things I have done at work? Or what are three favorite things Venus has done at work? So like I said earlier, I am a marketer. I love marketing, and also I work as an executive assistant. I'm very good at that as well, but most of the time I work as a marketer, especially in B2B, B2C, and SaaS startups and companies and platforms. Those are where I thrive very well. And so the three favorite things I've done at work, I would say the first one would be leadership. So when I was appointed as the marketing lead for one fintech startup I was working with, I really had a wonderful time being a marketing lead because it made me see versions of myself that I haven't seen before. It made me realize that okay, I'm good at leading people, and I'm good at executing plans and executing ideas. So being a leader at that point, listening to people, being the not just being the person who makes all the decisions, but being able to put others to work, and allow them to also grow into their what they can be, into their potentials. It's so amazing. It's a very wonderful thing to experience. So the first one would be leadership. The second one would be the marketing ideas I was able to execute. I worked with a digital agency back in the day, and we used to work for this restaurant in Canada. And most of the ideas that we put out for this restaurant was my ideas, and the fact that I put out these ideas and it was pushed, and everything was so wonderful. Like, how do I put it? The ability to bring out ideas, bring in ideas, and get people to love these ideas, get people to buy into these ideas. These ideas bring in massive sales to your clients or customer. That is a wonderful experience. For every marketer, that is a wonderful experience because that's what makes you a marketer. That's what makes you fulfilled in your role and in your job. So the fact that I was able to bring beautiful ideas that brought sales and brought awareness, that is wonderful. And that wasn't the only place or position where I was able to bring in ideas, but that is like a very major one because I know that restaurant grew to its full potentials because of the marketing ideas and marketing strategies that I put forward. So that is the second one. And then the third one, three favorite things I've done at work would be collaboration with my teammates. I thrive well in teamwork. I love to relate with people, although that's why I thrive well in remote working setting, because in person I tend to be on my own. I just want to be on my own. I just want to have my own space. But remotely, I am my colleague's best friend. Not like everybody's best friend, but the people that I vibe with them. So the ability to vibe and network with people while working remotely is another favorite thing that I have done at work. So yes, the three of them: leadership, bringing wonderful ideas, and team collaboration. Those are the favorite things that I have done and continue to do well at work. The second question, I'm going to read out the second question to you. It says, in 10 years, what is the perfect job you see yourself doing? In 10 years. So in 10 years, I'm going to be in my early 30s. And although I want to have more things happening to me and more things going for me than a job, the perfect job that I see myself doing is being a marketing consultant for brands and for agencies, not just in Nigeria but globally. I want to work remotely. I do not want to be going to an office or anything. So I want to still work remotely. However, I want to be at a greater level than I am now. I want to be a marketing consultant for global brands. I will be working with global brands like, Sheryl Sandberg. I aspire to be her in some ways, like not everything, but then I really want to be so good at what I'm doing that I will be consulted for, the job, and I'll have people call me rather than me trying to apply for jobs. I want people to call me. So that is what the perfect job for me in 10 years. And I also hope to grow my YouTube channel so I could have a lot of people learning from me. That is something that I also hope to grow. Don't say that is my plan and I've not been consistent with YouTube. Don't say it. Don't say it. I will be consistent with YouTube. In fact, I am consistent with YouTube from now on. So yes, I hope to grow my YouTube channel, and I also hope to help other persons grow in this role as well. So that is my perfect job that I see myself doing in 10 years in my early 30s. Oh my god, early 30s, that's such a wonderful age to rock. So if you're afraid of growing old, please don't be afraid of growing old. Every age is wonderful, trust me. Let's get into the third question. So I'm going to read it out and then I'll answer. So if you are able to have any job on the planet doing anything you want, what would it be? Now, this is a very, very vulnerable question because this question reminds me of one of my dreams, one of my childhood dreams that is still very much my dream. So if I was able to have any job on the planet doing anything I want, I would open a cafe. I would open a pastry cafe because I love pastries. I love food, but mostly pastries. So because I've always wanted to work remotely, and for someone who works remotely in Nigeria, workspace is a necessity, right? So working or doing your work at a workspace and you feel hungry, I think it's necessary for someone to open a cafe beside a workspace. Or how about they open a cafe in a workspace? So that kind of cafe would be where remote workers would come to work and eat a lot. So I want to open a cafe where you can sell coffee, tea, drinks, and lots of pastries. And there are lots of ideas around that cafe. Lots, not just the workspace. A lot of ideas, but I don't intend to share them here, so someone will not steal my business plan or business idea. So yeah, if I was able to do any work on the planet, any job on the planet, what would it be? I would be a cafe owner and also market my cafe on social media. So yeah, I would still be doing my things, still be working remotely, but I would be making pastries with my hands. A lot of my friends don't know that I know how to make pastries and I prefer to buy, but yeah, I do know how to make some pastries and I intend to learn more, and I intend to have that as well. So that answers number 3. So let's get into number 4. Okay, the fourth question is, if you had all the money in the world and simply want to work for the joy of work, what job do you see yourself doing? What job do you not see yourself doing? I'm going to start with the one I do not see myself doing. I think that would be anything in the medical line. And it's so funny because I've always wanted to be a doctor. All my years of writing jam, I was putting medicine. And once I got into school to study genetics and biotechnology, I was like, oh my god, thank god I wasn't given that admission. I wouldn't have been a good doctor. I wouldn't have been a good doctor. So yes, I want to how do I put it? I would not be in the medical line. I have a very, very huge fear of blood, and I just wouldn't do well there, not just because of blood. That is for what I would not want to do. Now, what job do I see myself doing if I had all the money in the world and want to work simply for the joy of it? If I had all the money in the world, would I work? Okay, so if I had all the money in the world, I would still be a pastry chef or someone who makes pastries or someone who cooks. Not cooking, I prefer to make pastries. So, yes, I'll be a pastry chef just for the love of it. So I could give it to my family, I could give it to the poor, I could just give it to people. Just because I think when you make donuts with love and, or cake or cupcakes and you pipe buttercream all around it, it's done with love and care. So this is something that I want to do, just for the love of it, and just give people that I love, my family, my friends, my loved ones. Yeah, I'll be a pastry chef. That is it. That's the fourth question. Now the last question, let's get into the last question. Okay, so let's hear the final question. It says, explain how you will handle a tough environment and constructive criticism. Explain how you will handle a tough environment and constructive criticism. So let's start with how I would handle a tough environment. Now, I want you guys to understand that it said tough environment, not toxic environment. Understood? Okay, so how will I handle a tough environment? If this tough environment is pushing me to become a better person, or pushing me to have more skills, or to do very well in my workplace, I wouldn't leave. It's tough, it's not toxic. And I think we learn from the tough things in life. How does that motivational quote go? Yeah, so we learn from tough things in life, and I wouldn't just leave because the environment is tough. I would leave it if it was toxic and there was nothing that was done to change such environment. But since it's tough, I like tough. Yeah, bring on tough. Bring it on. So I would stay, and how I would handle it would be to take it one step at a time. So if there are lots of tasks and there are lots of deadlines, there are lots of pressures, what I would do is to make sure that I'm equipped for this task with my skills, and I have to learn more, even if it actually takes me like sleepless nights. Not like all nights should be sleepless, but at least if it takes me from some sleepless night to learn a certain course or do some research about a certain thing, I do not mind. I will. It's for my knowledge, it's my skill, and I would do that. And also I would, like I said, take one step at a time. And I would use my Notion board. I love to use my Notion board. If you're not using Notion board, I don't know. If you're not using Notion, I don't know what you're doing in this life, honestly. So using Notion actually makes me prioritize tasks, or prioritize a work or a job that I was given. So I do them according to their importance and according to their urgencies. So using my Notion board, taking things one step at a time, trying to get others to help me would be good. Yes, as long as this tough environment enables me to grow, I would do it. I wouldn't leave. I would still stay there and I'll handle it well. Now, the second one is constructive criticism. Let me be very honest with you. I'm not a fan of negative feedback. In fact, when I was giving negative feedback, or when I'm giving early in my days of marketing, when I was giving a negative feedback, I would go back and cry because I thought I was good. And how come you're saying this content that I wrote is not good? So I kind of realized that when they tell you, oh, your writing is bad, or what you wrote was bad, I want to use writing as an example. When you're told, oh, what you did is bad, it doesn't actually mean that you're a bad writer. It means that your writing is not good enough. You wrote a bad content that didn't meet the mark. Doesn't make you a bad writer. It just makes what you wrote not good enough. So instead of being angry and being hurt by a negative feedback or a criticism, separate yourself from the work that you did. Just see yourself like, okay, I'm still a good writer, but even good writers can make mistake. And that is something that has helped me over time with constructive criticisms, negative feedback, and so on. So how do I handle constructive criticism? The first thing, to separate myself from the criticism, the attack is on what I did, not me. Okay, I can still be better and make that task or that work good. So the criticism is not about my person, it's about the work that I did. So I separate myself from the work that I did. I'm still good, but I did something bad, and that thing that I did bad, because I'm still good, it can be corrected. That is just how I take constructive criticism. And whenever my boss or a client comes with a negative feedback, I accept it. Why? Because my mistake is not me. I did it, I can undo it. It's as simple as that. So that is our fifth and final question, and I hope you had a wonderful time with me. Shout out to your Japa body. You guys, please check them out, and I'll see you guys in my next video.